Hello everyone, seeing as it is less than a week until Christmas, it is my last opportunity to upload a Christmas makeup tutorial for you all, and there are loads of tutorials on YouTube that have, a gold eye and a bright, bold red lip. I decided to break away from the pack a little bit and do a more subtle version for Christmas Day that can be taken into the nighttime as well. But for people who aren't as brave to wear a really bold lip, or people who just want something just a little bit more softer than what everyone's been doing, this is a tutorial for you. This look isn't going to be exactly the same, but it's really similar to a look I did on my blog and that one of my friends actually asked me to recreate for her. So sorry Maddie, it's not exactly the same, but it is pretty similar to something that I wore when I went to dinner with my sister last week. I'll link that blog post down below if you guys want to go check it out. So now I'm going to start off with the foundation. The foundation I'm going to use is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. I'm in the shade 2N1 Desert Beige 12. This foundation is literally so full coverage that you don't need the same amount as just a normal foundation from the drugstore or anything like that, so go lightly with it. It's also like a pore thing, so that sucks a little bit, and you can't really control how much you get out of it. But just go slow with it and you'll see the amazing coverage you get from this. Because my face literally has more active volcanoes on it than the Ring of Fire, I still need to use a little bit of concealer, so I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in number 20, just the concealer I use in every single makeup tutorial, and using my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush to blend that in. Also, if you're wondering, I was using the Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques to blend in the foundation. The really sad thing is this isn't actually a pimple, it's a burn from a curling iron, so be careful children with your hot tool appliances. For my eyebrows, I'm going to do what I do for every single makeup tutorial, again using my MAC 266 brush and this colour from the sleek Au Naturel palette. I think this is called Bark, I'm not quite sure, but I think it's called Bark, and filling in my eyebrows with it, plain and simple. To set my eyebrows, I'm going to be using this Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel in Espresso. All I'm doing is just lightly gliding that over my brow hairs so they go in the same direction. I just realised, why am I not wearing my Christmas hat during my Christmas makeup tutorial? So I pulled this one out and also gets to cover my oily hair, so win-win situation, but also look, it lights up. Yay! Now onto the eyes. I'm going to be using a matte brown shade from the Naked Basics palette from Urban Decay, and I think I might mix Faint and Naked 2 together, just because, I don't know, I feel like a happy medium is good. I'm just popping the brown through my crease as a transition shade. I feel like my Christmas hat is changing the lighting a bit, so I'm sorry if everything looks a bit yellow. While I have this palette on me, I might as well do my highlighting, so I'm gonna use Walk of Shame, which is WOS for my brow bone, and Venus for my inner corner. This next step is completely optional depending on how pigmented you want the eyeshadows to look on your eyes, but I'm just gonna chuck on a cream eyeshadow. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo 24 Hour Color Tattoo in Pink Gold, or Inked in Pink I think it's called in Australia. I got this off a UK website. So yeah, it's just a nice metallic shimmery pink colour. I'm dabbing that on my eyelid and not going above the crease, and try your hardest to not get it on your under eye, but I've got really chubby small fat fingers, so that is impossible for me apparently, but it's okay, we'll go with concealer later. Next, I'm going ahead with another sleek eyeshadow palette. This one is in Sunset, and this is probably one of the first sleek eyeshadow palettes I ever got, because look how pretty those colours are. Ooh. Everything in here besides the black in the corner there is shimmery, so if you don't really like shimmer on your eyes, then probably not the palette for you, but I really like it. What I'm going to do for my eyelid, I'm going to mix these two pink shades because I feel like that one's a bit too Barbie pink, but that one's too peachy. So I'm mixing those two colours to create a happy medium and put that on my eyelid. I'm just placing that on top of where I put the colour tattoo before. Next, I'm going to be taking this really beautiful burgundy, raspberry, maroon colour. Really good at describing colours. But yeah, it's such a beautiful colour. It's probably one of my favourite eyeshadow colours I own. So yeah, I'm just going to be using that. I just dipped my brush really lightly into that and taking that through my crease. Just because it is so pigmented, I'm going to go on slowly with it. Last step with my eyeshadow, I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter to it, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Loose Eyeshadow Pigment in Forever Pink. It's just a really nice pink colour. All I'm going to do with this is just take my ring finger and dab it in there a little bit. Not too much, don't go crazy with it, Katie. And just plonk that in the centre of my eye and blend it out a little bit. Just so it adds kind of like a 3D-ness to my eyeshadow and make it glitter a little bit. I'm going to take my NYX slide-on pencil in jet black and line my waterline and the outer half of my bottom lash line. Next, I'm going to take my L'Oreal Paris Super Liner Perfect Slim liquid eyeliner, and it's got a felt tip. Once again, my favourite kind of tips. Depending on how dirty your mind is, that could have gone different ways. But yeah, I'm just going to line my upper lash line and do like the tiniest flick on the outside. It's not going to be a cat wing eye flick thing at all, but just, you know, just to give my eye some lift without making it dramatic. I do have some fallout and also some darkness under my eye, so I'm going to use my Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Highlighting Concealer in number 1, Ivory, to just lighten under my eye. And this is probably one of my favourite under your eye highlights just because it's so pigmented, it covers everything. And just does an amazing job. Gonna go back to the Deluxe crease brush to blend that in, also to just sharpen up the edge of that eyeshadow a little bit as well. I'm just gonna powder my face a little bit, so using the Real Techniques setting brush and the Revlon Nearly Naked pressed powder, this is in the shade Light. I'm going to dust it on wherever I had concealer and anywhere that I generally get to be a bit oily, such as my T-zone. This powder, even though it's light, it's actually a little bit dark for me, and I'm on the verge of light medium skin tones, so if you're any lighter than I am, light is way too dark for you. So for once, I think a foundation powder, you know, range is actually too dark for pale skins. The good thing about this powder though is it is so pigmented, so on days where I just want like a really light coverage, I generally just grab this powder and dust it on my face, and that's all I do for foundation. Using my Real Techniques blush brush that's a little bit dirty, well all my brushes are dirty really, and my Essence Sun Club Brunettes darker skin bronzer. Wow, that took a really long time for me to think of. I'm just going to bronze up my face a little bit. Next, I'm just going to contour a little bit, so I'm going to use the Sleek Contour Kit, and I'm going to use the bronzer and the highlighter from this kit for my cheekbones. I'm also going to contour my nose. I've been really into contouring my nose lately, I don't know why. And I'm just going to use a fan brush to highlight my cheekbones. Just place the highlighter on the top of my cheekbones. I'm going to use one of my new favourite blushes in the whole entire world, the Milani Baked Blush in Berry Amore. I love Luminoso, and so recently when like everyone's, especially Miss Glamorazzi, has been talking about Berry Amore, I knew I had to go get it, and I have fallen in love with it. I found the best brush to use is probably the Real Techniques blush brush, just because it's not too dense, and so, because it's so pigmented, because it's not too dense, it picks up just like the right amount of product without making you look like a clown. So chucking that on kind of like a bit back and tops of the cheekbones a little bit, just underneath where I put the highlighter. I'm just going to curl my eyelashes and then apply mascara. The mascaras I'm going to be using are the Maybelline Rocket for my top lash line. This is still not come out in Australia. What the heck? And the Covergirl Clump Crusher for my bottom lashes. The first thing I'm going to use on my lips is one of these new Rimmel Lasting Finish Colour Rush Long Lasting Intense Colour Balms, and this is in the shade Give Me a Cuddle. These aren't out in Australia yet, I'm pretty sure. I haven't actually gone to go check Priceline, but I bought these off ASOS. These aren't as hydrating or like glossy as the, what are they called? The Bourjois Colour Boost ones. And there seems to be, when you first get them, there seems to be some kind of like wax layer over the top, and so it's a bit hard to get some pigmentation out of them, but once you get past that kind of wax layer, they're really nice. Next, I'm going to go over this with the NYX Butter Gloss, and this is in the shade Peaches and Cream. You can get NYX in Target now, I feel like everyone knows that, but just in case you don't, you can get NYX products in Target. This I still got off Crush Cosmetics, just because Target isn't stocked all the time. And the range of it isn't that great, but it's still better than nothing having NYX in stores and available to see in person. And it's really hard to put lip gloss on while talking, so I should stop. You could totally just finish the look off here, put some makeup setting spray over this, and be out the door, but in case you want to amp it up a little bit more, even though at the very beginning of this I said this was going to be a subtle Christmas look, you can chuck some fake lashes on. You can't see those at all. These are the Ardell Accent 301 half lashes. I have worn these before, so that's why that one's fallen off. But they're really lovely. They're really subtle. They just add some nice flick to the end of your lashes. So if I can just open this, I will put them on. I am just going to be using my Joy Lash Eyelash Adhesive that dries clear with these. Once you have the glue on, make sure you kind of wait around 30 seconds for the glue to get a bit tacky, so it will stick to your eyelashes a bit better, because when it's still wet it's going to glide around when you're trying to put them on. So yeah, just wait a little bit. I still haven't worked out the kinks for filming putting fake lashes on without having my mirror like right up against my eye, so hopefully you guys can still see this. I'll lean in a little bit. But hopefully you guys can just see. I just use tweezers and just look down into my mirror and place them on. In no way am I perfect with using fake lashes yet, so please do not take this as an example of what putting fake lashes on looks like. Once I place them on, I do just use my fingers and pinch my real lashes and the fake ones together to make them blend a little bit more, so I don't have to use an eyelash curler, and that is what they look like on. So that is it for my Christmas makeup look. In person, like in real life, the corner lashes are a bit more obvious than they are on camera, but I think that's the point of corner lashes. They're not supposed to be really obviously fake lashes, but they still add that extra effect to your makeup. So hopefully you still enjoyed this look. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below if you want to for future videos, and please go check out all the other videos that have been uploaded in the past week. I know Hanukkah is over. I have no idea when the hell Kwanzaa is because I'm uncultured, but I hope you guys still have, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday Season. And there's only like, what, 2 more weeks until 2014? Does that not scare anyone? Like, what the hell? But my next week's video is definitely going to be a New Year's Eve makeup tutorial. So I'm really looking forward to filming that one for you because I've been really wanting to film a makeup tutorial like this for a really long time. So I'll see you guys next week, and yeah, goodbye!